Ten.
Stand by to take studio.
7, 6.
Stand by camera 1, mics 1 and 2.
3, 2, 1.
Take studio.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of MCTV News. I'm your host, Jillian Andrews.
And I'm Chvojka. On today's show, Bree Farough brings us a piece on the color wars held at our school. Cory takes us to the urban agriculture class. Weiss brings us the first of his 3-part music video series, and my co-host has a piece on the MCHS spring play, The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. But first, here's our top story.
As the provincial election winded down in Alberta, our school decided to participate in a student vote. The goal of the student vote is to allow our students to experience the voting process before they are able to do so as an adult. Here to tell us more is reporter Pelletier.
Recently, over 1.7 million Albertans made their voices heard in our provincial election. But what about those who were too young to cast a ballot? The organization Civics Canada believes in the importance of giving students from elementary to high school a chance to give their input on our country's political affairs through an event called the Student Vote.
Civics is a nonpartisan registered Canadian charity, and its goal and dedication is basically to develop the skills and habits for active citizenship in youth under the voting age. We've seen that young people just vote less. It's a fact. But young people don't go out like older generations do. What research actually shows is that it is motivation barriers. So we try with Student Vote to address these barriers and break them down so that we can then actually have, hopefully more youth participation.
This year, students across Alberta elected 48 new Democratic candidates, giving the NDP a majority government. The title of official opposition went to the United Conservatives, who received 38 seats. Students also elected a single independent candidate. Contrarily, the actual polls showed almost exactly inverse results, with the UCP scoring 49 seats in the Legislative Assembly and the NDP taking 38.
Usually the results follow each other, but there are exceptions to that rule. We have seen, for example, at provincial levels, it can get a little bit different. We had a study done on us from Elections Canada, the electoral agency, and they did find the data that actually Student Vote impacted, through it went, instead of a top-down approach, it actually went bottom-up, where students were coming home and talking about elections and political, party platforms and talking about this with their parents who have maybe not voted in years or just never voted. And that actually impacted them to the point where their parents went to vote because they had those at nighttime, dinner time conversations around the table.
The Student Vote is a great way to get involved with politics if you're under the voting age, but you don't have to stop there. If there's an issue that you're passionate about, there are many ways which you can make your concerns heard at the municipal, provincial, or even federal level.
For your generation, you are very much an issue-focused generation. So for sure, you have something at heart that you would like to change. Something is wrong, or you want to speak up about a policy, an issue. And that's a great way. If you research those people that do already have that power, you can go up to them, go talk to them. Most of them, actually, you might be surprised, some of them might have youth councils, and you can join them. It doesn't cost anything. And it'll also teach you great skills, leadership skills. Minister Gold, who's now on the federal cabinet, has admitted to being a Student Vote alumni, and that is what got her interested into politics. And that's just an example of a woman politician who did the program and then today is, on a cabinet for quite an important nation. So many things, opportunities you can do for causes you like, and that's what democracy is.
For MCTV News, this is Pelletier reporting.
As summer seems painstakingly closer, the weather is up to the task. With warmer temperatures, later sunsets, and a high UV index, we are ready to spring into summer. Here with more logistics is our very own in-studio meteorologist, Aidan Chorney.
Hi, thank you, Sophia. So let's start off with our national forecast. So way up in the north, we have Whitehorse sitting at 10, and it looks going to be partly cloudy. We got Yellowknife at 9, that's just going to be raining. We got Vancouver at 19, which is going to be sunny at 19. We got Regina at 27, which is going to be mostly sunny. We got Winnipeg, that's going to be partly sunny at Winnipeg at 20. And now let's check out our east coast. We're going to start at Iqaluit, which is going to be 2 with a bit of clouds. We're going to have Montreal at 15, mostly sunny but with a bit of clouds. We're going to have Toronto at 20, partly cloudy. We're going to have Halifax at 12, which is going to be mostly cloudy with sun. And St. John's, that's going to be misty at 9. Now to our provincial forecast. We are going to sit at high level, which at 17, and now we're on current conditions. Now at our provincial forecast, we're sitting at 17 at high level. That's going to be partly cloudy, mostly sunny though. We're going to have a sunny day at Fort McMurray at 23. Grand Prairie is going to be sunny at 21. Edmonton is going to be sunny at 23. Jasper at 18. Red Deer 21. Banff at 20. Calgary at 21, mostly sunny. And same thing with Medicine Hat at 25. Now let's go see our current conditions. Current conditions today are going to be 24 degrees Celsius with a wind at 8 kilometers, relative humidity at 41%. Sunrise is going to start at 5:05 a.m. Sunset's going to start at 10:01 p.m. Now to our weekly forecast. Thursday is going to be sitting at a high of 29 and a low of 16 with some sunny conditions. Friday is going to be at a high of 30 and an end of 19. Okay, and we're going to go with partly cloudy mostly sunny. Saturday is going to be mostly sunny too, sitting at a high of 29 and go to 16. Sunday is going to be a little bit of rain at 25 to 13. Monday is going to be mostly sunny with 28. And then Tuesday is going to have a high of 26. And Wednesday is going to have a high of 20 and mostly raining. And now back to you, Sophia.
Thanks, Aidan. The annual MCHS Spring Play is this Friday. The directors and actors of The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde have been working very hard to put on an amazing show. Here to give us the inside scoop on the show and the rehearsal process is my co-host, Jillian Andrews.
As the curtains close on this year's theater season, the MCHS drama program is welcoming their 4th and final production to the stage. The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde will be the last performance from this year's lineup of projects. This student-directed play will be MCHS's first spring play since 2019. Likewise, community members are excited for the doors to open for Jekyll and Hyde on June 9th at 6:30 p.m.
So the spring play is entirely student-directed, and all of students themselves do essentially everything. All the backstage managing, directing, we do the soundscapes, we do the lighting, the whole cast are students. In the winters, we normally have our musical, and then towards the transition from winter to spring, we have our one act. So our spring play is another production that the MCHS Llamas put on.
It's a perfect opportunity for some of our seniors to get that chance to direct, and it's really cool.
Without intricate musical numbers to create, the plot of the spring play will shine through its characters. Divided into 2 acts, this 90-minute production will showcase a deep and dark story.
The plot of this year's spring play is following Dr. Jekyll. He's a scientist that's always been interested in finding how to unleash the goodness in a person. But what essentially happened to him is he did find it, but he unleashed the bad part of him, which includes Mr. Hyde.
It's really interesting because you see this character transform into this hideous beast over the time, and it's not just a physical transformation, it's an emotional and mental transformation, and you really see this psychopath start to emerge.
Overall, the cast and crew are thrilled to share their show, a show that's already full of meaningful memories.
Favorite part of the process is probably just getting this new experience is a new leadership role.
My favorite part is seeing myself slowly slip out of sanity.
I think it's really awesome, the way our lead, Drew, interpreted Dr. Jekyll and Hyde. Hyde is just you really believe he's kind of crazy and a maniac. Honestly, I think set building is kind of one of my favorite parts because most of the time we just have music going, and it's just this really fun experience.
Be sure to buy your tickets at the front office. The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde is sure to be a show for the books. Reporting for MCTV News, Jillian Andrews. Here are your school announcements for Wednesday, June 7th. If you are a student interested in the Summer Work Experience program, please ensure you return your program permission form to Mr. Lessard directly or through the office in order to register. The MCHS spring play, The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, goes up this Friday for one day only. You can purchase tickets at the school office or at the door for $10. Doors open at 6:30 and the show starts at 7 o'clock. Final exams are quickly approaching. Make sure you know when your exams are and study hard beforehand. Get some rest and proper nutrition to ensure you do your best. For these and all other school information, keep connected by listening to the daily announcements, logging on to the school's website at www.mchs.gsacred.ab.ca, or by following the school on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. As well, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel by searching MCTV Morinville.
MCHS recently had Color Wars on June 1st. Each grade, as well as the teachers, were given a different color to wear. Whoever wore the most of their color won a hot dog and dilly bar lunch. Aren't you glad that Bree Farough was there to cover this story and bring us this report?
Last week was the school-wide Color Wars, an event where each grade was assigned a different color and had to dress with that dye for the day. The competition was fierce as students were determined to outnumber the other grades and win the promised prize.
So I'm wearing red for grade 10 right now. I've got it on. This is actually my friend's shirt because I got cold, but I have a red t-shirt on and then I have my earrings.
I thought it was pretty fun. It's a really easy one to be able to participate in. It's not like you need anything crazy, just a colored shirt. And I think it was fun. It was nice to see lots of people participating in something.
Some quote-unquote campaign posters started going up before anybody even knew about the event, leading to confusion in many students. Many had no idea what the posters were for until the following week when the competition was announced.
I was so confused. I was walking around the hallway all day, and they were it was only the grade 12s that had posters up at first, and I was really wondering what was going on.
Staff had promised the prize of a hot dog and ice cream bar lunch, sparking the competitive attitudes of the students right away. Kids were determined to wear as much of their colored gear as possible, bent on winning that delicious prize.
I might be biased, but I think it's going to be grade 10 because honestly, I've seen a lot of red around, and also I feel like it's senior skip day for the grade 12, so not a lot of them are around to even participate in it.
The Color Wars competition was a fun way for students to express their competitive sides and get a break from the seriousness of class, especially with the upcoming exams. It was a well-needed recess from all the stress and an opportunity for the grades to come together for the common goal of ice cream and fast food. For MCTV News, this is Brianna Farough.
Welcome back. Here with all the recent sports league updates, including the NHL and the MLB, is our very own in-studio sports reporter, Bree Farough.
Thanks, Jillian. In the NHL, the Stanley Cup Finals resume tomorrow night when Vegas heads to Florida to face off against the Panthers in Game 3. The Golden Knights currently lead the best-of-7 series, 2-0 against a dominant 7-2 win on Monday night. On to the NBA. The Denver Nuggets head to Miami to battle the Heat tomorrow night in Game 3 of the Finals. Miami tied the series on Sunday with a 111-108 victory. In the MLB, the Toronto Blue Jays wiped the Houston Astros 5-1. The Arizona Diamondbacks doubled the Washington Nationals 10-5. The Philadelphia Phillies beat the Detroit Tigers 1-0. The Minnesota Twins ruined the Tampa Bay Rays 7-0. And the Kansas City Royals were outdone by the Miami Marlins 6-1. Up next, reporter Natalie Cory brings us a piece on one of the most adventurous classes MCHS had to offer. The Urban Agricultural class is a group learning skills like growing crops, animal care, and other farm skills, as well as studying trades like butchering and food processing.
Having skills to grow and produce your own food can be very useful for students. Urban Ag not only offers knowledge to them that can help them make their own food, but also helps them understand where the products they buy come from and the process it undergoes to be put on their table.
So we learn a lot, for example, butchering pigs, chicken, slaughtering chicken. Gardening, as you can see, is the time now that we plant and we try to reap probably later on.
All the field trips we go on and everything, it's such a learning experience, and everything we do is so unique, and not many other schools do it. So.
Students in the first semester class reap the plants that second semester students planted the year before. They learn how to properly plant products in ways that are likely to let them grow and learn strategies to harvest these products months later. The school provides garden boxes to plant in, as well as the decorative gardens that require hard work from students to be aesthetically pleasing. These skills can be easily implemented into their own lives to make their own gardens that them and their family can enjoy.
Every day we have to water / kind of sample our plants, just make sure they're doing all right. And then we kind of come out and we like to de-weed / take care of the front and back garden that's like decorative for the school.
Since I live on an acreage, so it really just helps with the everyday things that we do at home as well. So.
The class also offers opportunities to go on fun field trips where they can see farmers in action to see the processes they undergo daily in real life. This is not only a fun way to get out of the school and explore the community, but helpful and educational as well.
I show them the uses of fertilizer and chemicals that I use. We discuss technology on my farm that I use to make me more environmentally friendly.
A lot of the trips that we've taken have been to actual local farmers to take a look kind of more into the actual things that they do, such as like a pig farm. We went to a pig farmer and just kind of get the whole process down of like what these farmers do to like put the food on our table essentially.
See what actually takes place in the real world, so what we learn in class is applicable to what we do on the field trips.
The fall students get to usually go out in the combine. We plan it on a good day and they get to ride in the combine.
Students have the opportunity to enjoy and appreciate a calm yet entertaining class full of useful and interesting information that they can implement into their lives. For MCTV News, Natalie Cory reporting.
Welcome back. Each year, the Alberta School Board Association honors 6 outstanding first-year teachers with the Edwin Parr Award. This year, our very own Ms. Elsa Amaya was selected as the Zone 2-3 recipient. She beat out 23 nominees to win the award, and we are extremely proud of her and excited to have her in the studio today. So congratulations, Ms. Amaya.
Thank you.
Yes, it's a very big deal to have won this award. So how do you feel to have won this award?
It is an honor to have won the award. Honestly, I didn't know how big of a deal the award was, but it is truly an honor to have be able to represent our school, our district, and to really show the hard work that I have put this year and to be recognized for it.
Of course. Now, why is the Edwin Parr Award so important and prestigious?
It's an award that is given to specific first-year teachers, and it recognizes excellent first-year teachers in Alberta. So there are 6 zones in Alberta, and every zone has a winner, and so I was one of the winners for the Zone 2-3.
Well, that's amazing.
Thank you.
We've been told that your award was presented in like a formal event sort of setting. So what were your emotions before the winner of that zone was announced?
So, well, first of all, the event it's actually pretty big. You have the 23 nominees, and everyone is sitting at a different table with the board of trustees of each district. I was sitting with our superintendent, our assistant superintendent, our principal, and I was thankful to have my fiance with me as well. So it is a night that it is a little nerve-wracking. I wasn't really sure what was going to happen and how it was going to go, but having won the award was quite surprising and very humbling.
Of course, of course. Now, finishing up your first year of teaching, what have been some of the highlights of your experience here?
Well, there's so many. First of all, like my first career was psychology, so education was my second career, and when I chose education, I wasn't sure whether that's where I was going to be happy with or where I belong, but my first year of education has been very rewarding, and there have been many highlights. I have been able to work with amazing teachers that have a lot of experience that I have been able to learn from them and learn with them. And I've also met amazing students that have taught me more than I thought they would. I work with a very amazing group of kids in the RISE program that have made me realize how lucky we are and how lucky I am to be with them every day. I also have been able to participate in different sports like cross country, track and field, basketball, and so I've been able to meet students in different levels and look at them through the lenses of athletes. And so that has been a great highlight, and also just working, our community is very welcoming. And as many of you know, I'm not from here, I'm Colombian, and so when you come from a different country, it's always hard to find a place where you belong. And so as a first year's teacher and as someone new to a school community, MCHS has made me feel like home. And to me, that is the biggest highlight, because when you feel like home, you feel like everything that you do is done with really, you're not really expecting anything in return other than just the love that you receive. And so I've been very, very lucky to make so many connections and build relationships with the students and the staff members as well.
Well, you're a very, very important part of our family, I'd say. You've done amazing things here. I guess after receiving this award, what are your plans moving forward as an educator?
As a new teacher, you learn every day. So I think continue to learn from my other peers and the students. I am a lifelong learner, and so I believe that just to continue doing what I'm doing. I am a very humble person, so I love to always get people's feedback and keep learning, and just keep doing things just for my own personal growth and not doing it with the intent of getting any recognition from anybody. I personally didn't know that this award existed until I was nominated. So just keep doing this, and I love education. I love being able to be in an environment where everyone is learning, including myself.
And that just shows how perfect you were for this award, because that is exactly what it is, right?
Thank you.
Yes, and finally, we just want to know what makes you the teacher that you are.
I've gone through, I feel like my life experience has allowed me to be very compassionate. Coming from another country, being in a school where I didn't know how to speak English as a student, you realize that there are many students that have gone or are going through the same experience that I have. And so I believe that using my life experience and being able to connect with many different students in the school have made me the person and the teacher that I am today.
Of course, and you've overcome so much to be that person. We're very proud of you.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations again. We're so thankful that you spent time with us in the studio today.
It is a pleasure and an honor to be here today. Thank you very much.
Of course, thank you. All right. Now, reporters Dylan Weiss and Aiden Chorney and Will Campo have collaborated to create 3 music videos. Each video is a parody of popular music made with terms commonly said in our MCTV class. Dylan Weiss brings us the first part of this saga.
We're not strangers to love. You film B-roll, and so will I. A full studio's what I'm thinking of. You wouldn't get this from any other guy. I just wanna tell you what I'm filming. Gotta tell you where to stand. Never gonna mic you up, never gonna turn you down, never gonna run around and ruin your shot, never gonna tie your tie. Never gonna say goodbye. We're gonna tell a lie in my clips. We filmed each other for so long. Your camera's flickering, but you're too scared to say it. Inside we both know what's been going on. We know the script and we're gonna say it. And if you ask me how the speed is, I'll tell you that it's great for me. Never gonna mic you up, never gonna turn you down, never gonna run around and ruin your shot, never gonna tie your tie, never gonna say goodbye. We're gonna tell a lie in my clips. Never gonna mic you up, never gonna turn you down, never gonna run around and ruin your shot. Never gonna tie your tie, never gonna say goodbye, never gonna tell a lie in my fist.
Mic you up, mic you up. Never gonna mic, never gonna mic. Never gonna mic, never gonna mic.
We filmed each other for so long. Your camera's flickering, but you're too scared to say it. Inside we both know what's been going on. We know the script and we're gonna say it. And if you ask me how the speed is, I'll tell you that it's great for me. Never gonna mic you up, never gonna turn you down, never gonna run around and ruin your shot. Never gonna tie your tie, never gonna say goodbye, never gonna tell a lie in my clips. Never gonna mic you up, never gonna turn you down, never gonna run around and ruin your shot. Never gonna tie your tie, never gonna say goodbye, never gonna tell a lie in my clips. Never gonna mic you up, never gonna turn you down, never gonna run around and ruin your shot. Never gonna tie your tie, never gonna mic you up, never gonna turn you down, never gonna run around.
And that's it for another episode of MCTV News. Join us again next week where we bring you pieces on the flower stop, the second and third part of the music video saga, the Smash Brothers tournament, work experience, the media class, the year-end celebration, and our send-off to MCTV and MCHS graduate Avery Thompson.
So, the strange case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde is this Friday.
Yeah.
And I heard someone say that you're in the show, right?
Oh, I think I may happen to be, yes.
Well, I grabbed my tickets today, and you should sure grab your tickets soon, because one night only.
One night only. And you can get them at the door, but it's much better to get them at school.
From all of us at MCTV News, I'm Jillian Andrews.
And I'm Sophia Chvojka. Thanks for tuning in.